Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, JMS, that rule well and push his word in truth and sincerity, and also pushing this 100% doctrine into the 100% truth, and who are learning from and rule from. And Shalom to the whole Philadelphia on the four corners of the earth. That's also pushing this 100% doctrine and truth and sincerity and ruling well. To you, I want to say Shalom. It's your brother Nakar coming back with another short edifying lesson, Lord willing. And I'm back in Chat GPT again. And I asked, why do judges swear on the Bible but use their own laws and not the Bible? So, I'm just gonna go through it and just pull out some scriptures on how judgment should be solved. Probably ask more questions. And Salakia for the delay, if it's delayed when I switch back and forth. But Lord willing that you can follow along the best of the building, because my phone has like a little slight 5-second delay. I'm gonna restart it again. So yeah, just bear with me here, okay, Lord willing. So I asked that question. So why do judges swear on the Bible but use their own laws and not the Bible? Because we already know that, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. I got that pulled up, but I'm gonna go to it after I read the Chat GPT answer. The practice of judges swearing on the Bible before taking an oath is rooted historically traditions, particularly in Western world, where they say the C word, Christianity, which is a false religion, has had a significant cultural influence. However, the use of the Bible oath does not mean that the judges use it as the bias for their legal decisions. Here's a breakdown. So, and I'm like, well, then what's the point of you swearing on it if you're not going to use the laws of the Bible? But then I'm going to show you the reason why they don't, because, we told you how jail is a profit scheme. Well, I did a video of the devil should cast you in the prison. I'm gonna go to it right quick on YouTube and show you. I did do the video, and you can check it out on where is it at? I did like a month ago. Right here, the devil should cast some of you to prison, and I'll put you see it right there, and that's one of the CEOs of Course Civic. I guess that's like I know that's probably the private jail prison, and he's like the CEO of it, and that's how much he makes. It's a profit thing, you see what I'm saying? So that was a month ago, and you check out that video also as well to get more breakdown information on how much money go into it. But I'm actually pull it up also too. So yeah. So here's a breakdown. It says, oaths and swearing. Swearing an oath on the Bible is an ancient tradition that goes back to biblical times, where people swore to tell the truth and hope that they uphold their duties before the Most High. And many cultures' oath was considered a solemn promise made in presence of the higher power. So if we gonna swear on the Bible and have an oath to it and do the duties behold of the Most High, why is not this? So I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 19, chapter 19, verse 19 through 21. Then shall you do unto him as he had though to have done unto his brother, so shall that put the evil away from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. So back then, when you commit like adultery or witchcraft, you get stoned in front of all your brethren, all your people, so he could be an example of what not to do and commit. I'm gonna read verse 21. And thy eyes shall have no pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. You see? So I'm gonna go back. Then I'm gonna go to Habakkuk 1:4. Actually, you can already see it. That's how judgment should be going, and that's how a lot of these murderers and a lot of these rapists, serial killers, they'll just be gone like that. Trump, he trying to bring it up with the fire squad execution. Yeah, it is some people on death row, but they be on death row for 40, 50 years, and they just milking the money and taxes. Let's go to that right quick. So, right here, like I said, I showed you the video. You can check out my old video and get the real breakdown on how much money they really made. I put a video inside and everything. But right here, it said the total USA government expenses on public prisons and jails is $80.7 billion. On private prisons and jails, it's $3.9 billion. And the guy in the thumbnail in that video I made with the devil should cast some of you to prison, he's the CEO of a private prison. He making $11 million. So it's all a money scheme, man. They throwing Jake inside there, man. That's why you got alligator Alcatraz and all that. Is it how much you state spend on prisons? The average annual salary for a correctional officer is $58,000. I ain't really want that. I wanted the prisoners itself. I ain't really trying to click on these links. But I think it's somewhere they spend somewhere around $30K per prisoner. Here we go. 41,000. Okay, I was kind of close. I was kind of off. So the average annual of the federal inmate housed in a residential reentry center for FY 2023 was $41K. So that's 2 years ago. So it's probably increased now. $113 per day. And you see what they feed the inmates. You see what conditions they really living in inside the prison. So it's like, yo, what the rest of the money going to? Oh, well, they got to pay the guards and all that. What the government could pay the guards. No. So that's what, that's where your tax money going to. That's why this judgment, how righteous judgment should be served, don't be served that way. So let's keep on moving on. So you got separation of the church and state, bullshit, monitoring the legal system, particularly in U.S. and other secular countries. The use of religion texts like the Bible and the oath is large as a ceremonial. The idea is to invoke the seriousness of the commitment rather than directly bring religious doctrine into the judicial process. So what's the point of you? So they tell me they swear on the Bible so they can tell the truth. But don't swear on the Bible if you ain't gonna do all things inside the Bible and righteous judgment by judgment. That just defeats the whole point. You might as well just don't swear on the Bible if you're gonna go by your own rules, man. Letting some of these murders walk, get bond free and stuff like that. I just read you how judgment should be. What you do to your brother should be unto you. Anybody committing no crimes should be out there getting stoned, and for the public to see, like, hey, this is the way for you not to act, man. That's judgment. So let's keep going. Judges rule. Judges are required to make decisions based on the not religious doctrine. In most countries, laws are secular and not religious, are based on sacerdotal vows, legal principles, and precedents, not religious teachings, legal framework. In USA, for example, the Constitution ensures the separation of the church and state. That means that although judges may swear on the oath on the Bible, if they choose to, they are bound by the law and legal procedures. Precedents, if I said that wrong, set by legalization and not by religious scripture. So like I said, so it just sitting there and not to use it. And most judges I always see in the court, they always swear on the Bible for a court case. Why the Bible? Culturally significance. The Bible has traditionally been considered a source of moral and ethical guidance in the Western societies. Even though the judges use a second law in the courtroom, the Bible is often seen as a symbol of integrity and moral duty, flexibility for non-Christians. In modern times, many courts allow individuals to swear on different texts and affirm an oath without any religious reference at all, recognizing the diversity of beliefs, ensuring the legal process remains inclusive. Salakia. Conclusion. Judges swear with an oath on the Bible or another text or makes a secular affirmation as part of the tradition that emphasizes the solemnity of their commitment to truth and justice. But when it comes to making the rules, they make their decision on secular laws, not religion texts, and showing that the judicial process remains fair and unbiased, regardless of justice, personality, belief. So I'm gonna ask her, so the Bible is not fair in judgment? The fairness of judgment about can be complex and short, depending on the interpreting its teaching and context. Many people view the Bible as a source of moral, ethical guidance, which the book is the cheat code of life. Tell you the truth, the Bible really is. View the Bible as a source of moral. I just read it, so like while others see it as a collection of ancient texts and historical cultures, and sometimes contradict the views on justice and fairness. How? What the fuck? Like, it's so, our laws were so simple. Even though our laws wasn't given to the heathens, it was only for the Hebrew Israelites. But we talking about the judgment laws in general. We all know sins and wages of death. You see what I'm saying? They getting all the Old Testament, all this shit. And you can just read it for yourself. I already kind of read it already. The scriptures, role of sacrifice, I'm doing it for Hebrew Israelites, teaching like how to share New Testament. So I'm asking, what is righteous judgment? Because it's giving me a bunch of the runaround. What is righteous judgment to you? Then I'm gonna get a Habakkuk 4 and show you how fucked up this system really is. Salakia. I'll probably close it. It's supposed to be a little quick 1-2 video, just a curiosity to you. Would you follow the Bible laws or the what's called secular laws? Great question. We talked about righteous judgment. It could be different things depending on content. Like explore two perspectives: biblical and secular. Judgment, biblical. It's tied to the Most High nature, preserving justice. Bible calls for judgment is fair, merciful. Here's how to describe impartially. The Most High judgment is meant to be impartial, where no one is treated unfairly based on his status or identity. The Bible often emphasizes the Most High's judgment is not swayed by wealth and power, so the standard Deuteronomy 1-17 and James 2-1-9, which is judgment in the sense of it's about iniquity, equity, salakia. Mercy, compassion, Yahweh teaches righteousness is not just being right or punish wrongdoers, but about showing mercy and compassion, blessing and merciful. Well, I guess that's talking about when your brother or your mom. I'm just talking about like the judgment. Let's keep going. This shit popping on my screen. There's a lot to read, but I'm just going through it slowly. You can probably read it back. So biblical righteous judgment will be about the balance of fairness, mercy, love, and concern for social justice, aiming to restore people to a just relationship with the Most High and others. So let me see. A secular perspective. On the other hand, designed fairness. We all know this law system ain't fair either. This law system will fuck you, especially if you were Jake. You get 20 years for selling dope, and then versus a pedophile getting 1 year or probation. You know this law is bullshit. So it says, on the other hand, designed to ensure justice, fairness with the context of the pluralistic society where people hold a wide variety of beliefs, including no religious belief at all. In secular system, righteous judgment is less about divine principles or more about the fair application of the laws, ensuring that everyone is treated equally before the law. You know everyone ain't treated fucking equally. Due process is a lot to read. Well, on top of that, Yeah, this motherfucker said a lot. Personal take on religious balance, true merciful justice. Like I just said, biblical. Ultimately, I think righteous judgment is about striving for a system that is compassionate and equitable. And that aims to create conditions both individual and collective flourishing. That means biblical versus secular may differ, but the goal is to establish justice in a way to respect human dignity and sharing fairness. So basically, give it a run around. I'm gonna ask him: Is the law fair? Is the secular law fair? To color individuals? I'm gonna have that up, and then I'm gonna touch on Habakkuk. So this is Habakkuk chapter 104. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compress about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. And I put, you will never get justice in Babylon the Great, as in Hebrew Israel, because Esau have their own the law. And that's in my notes right there. And this is the NLT version. The law has become paralyzed, and there is no justice in the courts. The wicked far outnumber the righteous, so that the justice has became perverted. And we got Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth in captivity should go in captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And like I said, they would be going to captivity after the nuclear war, after the World War III go off, and after we establish homeland. It's really started with the Bacon family. You already know they're gonna try to hide in the nuclear destruction and all that. But they could be one of the first slaves in the kingdom. Then we got Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to them that build up a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And that's what? That's great Babylon. We got Genesis 9:6. Who sheddeth man's blood, by man should his blood be shed, from the image of the Most High may he man. I'm gonna start right there actually. So I'm gonna ask this question and see what it says, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. So when you ask secular law colors individuals, it sounds like you're asking whether secular law treats people differently based on things like race, authentic individual characteristic, or inherently influence how people are seen, treated, society likes, divine, and this idea. Yes, I am. That's the truth. So also mean treat everybody equal to the background, yada yada yada. We already know it don't, because I'll get more time than somebody named fucking Tommy, who's an Edomite or a fucking Jewish motherfucker running around. Just so much discrimination. So laws have something built for the foundation for many countries. Yada yada yada. South Africa Jim Crow laws, and you're set, although the laws are no longer in effect. The legacy is still intact. How laws are applied, how people are different racial and ethnic backgrounds are treated. Let's keep going. The second law color people, and third, second law should be neutral and should not color individuals based on characteristics like race, religion, gender. It's supposed to be fairness, equality, equal treatment. However, the practice and laws always applied to a force, sometimes leading to disproportionate impacts on certain groups, especially marginalized ones. So while the law itself may aim to impair social retalities, historical injustice, how often enforcement of the laws might be complicated. In short, secular law itself is not supposed to color individuals sense of treating them unequally based on their personal characteristics, but because secular law can sometimes reflect social, economic, and racial bias. This creates the need to continue to reform awareness, legal system to ensure the promise of equality before the law is being upheld for everyone. So that, like I said, this law is bullshit. The secular law is straight bullshit. And this title of the video might be the Bible law and secular law. And like I said, I went into some scriptures. I'm gonna ask about Genesis 9, and I'm gonna close it out. So I said, what about I'm just sometimes you just curious what it would say. That's what made me do these videos. Just I'm on my next video, I'm gonna ask them about iconoclasm. Damn, man, I spelled that shit all wrong. Damn, I'm joking my spelling. I've been having brain frost, man. These bodies got to be changed. So I'm asking, what about Genesis 9:6? Do you agree? Now he might tell me, well, biblical standpoint, yeah, but secular law. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, there we go. I asked the chat, what about Genesis 9:6? Do you agree? Genesis 9:6 is a very powerful and significant verse in the Bible, often discussing justice, conscience, or justice of a sanctuary life. The verse says, well, whosoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed, for the Most High hath made man in his own image. The verse occurs right after the flood in context, and the Most High had a covenant with Noah and his descendants. Most High has laid down more principles for humanity. Verse speaks about sin in human life and concept retributive justice. Iteration and meaning, keys of phase, Most High made his own image. Foundation concept in the Bible means every human being has the inherent vibe because they have bear the image of the Most High. Therefore, to harm, to take a life, another human being as a for image of the Most High. This is why this verse stresses that anyone who sheds blood should face a consequence of equal magnitude, which is true. The second part is by man shall his blood should be shed. By man shall his blood be shed. Should just a form of retributive justice. Essentially, the idea that punishment for a crime should be perpetual to the offense of somebody takes another person's life. Their own life should be taken as a consequence. This has been since a historical foundation of concept of death penalty into the cultures in the system. Human responsibility is a passion must also apply. When man is responsible for the justice by man shall his blood be shed. Indicates human, not just the Most High, have responsibility to ensure justice done in case of murder, and reflects the idea that human societies are tasked with maintaining order and justice in the world. And it says, do I agree with Genesis 9:6? That's an interesting question. It depends on how you interpret it and what you're agreeing with. I don't have personal beliefs, but I can offer different perspective on it, on this verse. Understood. Oh, here we go. Oh, this shit. What do I think? Basically saying the same that I just read above. Forgiveness is short, while I can see the value of Genesis 9:6 and historical text and their application towards today requires careful thought, especially with balanced justice with mercy in a modern world. What is not balanced about that? I'm gonna put because we keep honking the horn. I'm gonna put because Salaki about that, because the American government profits of inmates. That's why. Let me see what it says. I'm going to close it out. You're absolutely right to the point out there. I know I'm fucking right. There's a significant issue with the way U.S. prison system operates, but particularly in relation to profit, concern with prison, privatization, prison industrial complex have drawn a lot of attention and criticism over in recent years. Profit-driven access to the U.S. justice system raises serious moral and authentic questions, especially when it's racial economic and social disparities. We already know. The prison industry complex refers to the way in which prison system, along with the related industrials, private prison labor, even labor efforts, lobbying efforts, has become profitable. Corruptions, the government contractors, other entities. It's a system where business interests of private companies, certain government entities, sometimes seem to take precedence over the true justice or rehabilitations. Here's a breakdown of the issue. That gives you the breakdown of private prison profits, 8%, inmates in private prisons. They're gonna work core civic. I told you. I showed you who the CEO of that was in my other video. Companies to make money based on how many people are incarcerated, creates an incentive to keep incarceration rates high. Financial insensitive private prison companies, certain level of occupancy rates, meaning they guarantee a certain number of prisoners. State pays the company for empty beds. Prison labor provides goods, service, private, paid pennies for an hour. We already know it's already, covered, already. High costs and incarceration. Impacts on people of color, which you already know. They say Black America, we already know that's just so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Mainly Judah. Being incarcerated at much higher rates than so-called white Americans. Even though the contrast between racial groups are not drastically different. The reason why it's more complex tied to systematic racism includes policing, practice, and sentencing laws, and social inequalities, because it's fucking Esau. The world is given to the hands of the wicked, which is Esau, Job 9, verse 24. And I read you in Habakkuk 1-4 that this land, you can never get righteous judgment in great Babylon. War on drugs, you just keep going, and you get the point. So, long one, you find this lesson edifying, you got something from it. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Long one, it wasn't too long, and it wasn't delaying too bad to the point that you couldn't follow along.